Hello, everyone. Welcome to our channel. My name is Uchenna.
And I'm IJ.
And today we are going to discuss Ready to Love, Season 4, Episode 9. So they went away on their getaway excursion.
To somewhere called sorry, Uchenna, sorry.
Oh, so I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sherman Manor. Sherwood Manor.
It was beautiful, right?
It was really nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let me ask you really quick though.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about the trip? I mean, the trip down there. So people
the drive?
The drive down there. People were already booed up on their drive down there.
Which is surprising since there's no real solid couple except for Cornelius and
Camille.
And Camille. They're the only real couple. Everyone is seeing two people.
Do you count them as a real couple or a prisoner?
Well, no, he wants to be imprisoned, so they're a couple. If I was the other person not getting in that ride, I would be kind of hurt, right?
Right. I was like, but nobody else is going after Cornelius because
no, I'm not talking about Cornelius. You know how Sabrina and Walter drove down together.
Right.
Yeah, if I was Naeem, no, not Momet. If I was Momet, I would be hurt that I wasn't riding in the car with them, or it was just me and Walter.
She should have, as soon as she heard that they rode down together, I would have exit stage left.
Why?
Because if you're doing a trip together and riding down together, I don't need to be in the mix of Sabrina and Walter. They have a stronger connection.
But the thing is, no one's made a decision yet. So is he going to go down with both of you? He might have a stronger connection, but that doesn't, if you really like him with this show, it doesn't mean you bow out. You stay in there and you work on your relationship so that you guys have the stronger connection. I mean, that's what I would do. Okay. If I was, because this is a different scenario. It's not like real life where you'd be like, oh, you going down with her? I'm out. But this is different because you're trying to win the other person over.
I guess so. What did you think about the Brown Girl Squad? I wanted to call them the Mean Girl Squad.
So I was going to bring that up too. I don't know how I feel. It's almost not even them being mean and catty. It's just the divisiveness of that name. Is it reverse? It's like a different type of colorism. Usually it's, the light skinned people thinking they're better than the brown skin. Now it's reverse. And is that good? We should be proud of our beautiful brown skin, or is it being divisive?
At first, when she said the Brown Girl Squad, I was like, okay, we're part of the Brown Girl Squad. Mm-hmm. In my head, it's just fun. It's nothing about being divisive. It's about, okay, we the Browns. But then when I saw how they were acting, I was like, I don't think I want to be in your club anymore. No thanks.
They're definitely mean girls. Yeah,
they're mean girls. I was like, no, I don't want to be part of the squad girls that are catty, yelling, looking for a fight, insecure. Because when women are like that, I feel like it's an insecurity going on there and pettiness. And it makes you look really bad. So I was like, but it was cute, the Brown Girl Squad. Mm-hmm. And, they were all beautiful women.
Yes. So how would you have felt if there would have been a Light Girl Squad?
I'd have been like, well, these. Right?
I know, right.
No,
right.
It's just like if Black people walk around and be like, all right, we're the blacks. Now, if white people started doing that, we'd be like, Ku Klux Klan. Right? Ku Klux Klan. White supremacists. Right. So it's just it's sometimes it's just like, sometimes it's not fair for Black people to be able to show the world their Blackness and be proud of it. And white people have to be like, I'm proud to be white.
For me, I think it is fair just because all of the oppression. We're finally at a place where we can say, I'm Black and I'm proud without being worried about their repercussions. So I think I hear what you're saying, and I'm sure that's how white people feel, but I think they have to understand our history and everything that Black and brown skinned people have went through.
Right. Totally agree. Totally agree.
Right.
Totally
yeah.
agree. So we're part of the brown skin squad. That's who we are.
yeah. But I agree with you 100%. They are mean girls for sure.
So I'm happy. So do we just want to talk about Cornelius and Camille?
Yeah, let's
out of the way.
Talk about them.
Yeah. So she is very controlling, and he seems to just go along with it. I don't know if it's because he's just like, you know what? As soon as the show is over, I'm gone. I'm ghost. I just want to be on TV. Because I did read something where people were talking about a lot of the cast members this year seem to want to be on it for TV, not for looking for love. So I'm just wondering why he's like, if he really likes her, and if he's just saying, God, you know, let's see the path this takes and so forth. And then you have Camille always talking about God all the time.
And all of a sudden,
I know, I was like,
a girl who's been divorced 3 times. I mean, broken engagement 3 times.
Right.
Yeah. I think she's pouring it on thick because he's devoted to God.
Right.
You know, he's truly devoted.
Yes.
But I don't think he's trying to be on TV. I think that he likes her, but he's also scared of her because he dropped all the other connections and it's only her. So I think he was probably worried about her reaction if he continued to date other people. But, you know, when he does his interviews, he says stuff about not being sure.
Yeah, like she's ready to sell her home that she has, them two buy a home together, move in together, everything. And he's just like, yeah, it's a serious relationship.
Do you like believe that she's truly all in? Oh, really?
No, I think she wants to be in. She wants this to work so badly that she's trying to control every facet of it so that in the end she makes it to the altar and this time she stays. But honey, you got to make sure the guy wants to even take you to the altar, right?
Right. Yeah. And she's what, 42, 40, 42?
You know what? I can't remember how old she is. I can't remember. I got to look.
I was 40 or 42 because I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, she maybe shouldn't have broken those 3 engagements. It's time to get married if you haven't already been married yet, if you want to be married, of course.
Right. So I think that she's trying to control. I mean, like he brought her flowers and he couldn't even sit next to her. She had to direct him to sit across, and everybody was looking at it like, what the? But you know what? If he wants, like you said, if he wants to be a prisoner in her jail cell, let him be a prisoner in her jail cell. To me, that's a hard life when you have no voice.
But I do agree with you. I think he's gonna go with the flow until the show ends and then be like, bye.
Yeah. And at the reunion, she's like, and we'll see y'all at the reunion. Yeah, because you're gonna be separate by yourself. You're not going to be together.
Right. So let's continue on with the car ride. So we mentioned Sabrina and Walter. Sabrina spilled some delicious tea.
Yes.
And she told us that she used to be a stripper for 10 years, which is a long time to be. Well,
first she said dancer, and I was like, oh, what type of contemporary jazz dancer? What?
When she said dancer, I knew exactly what she was talking about.
I was like, ooh, what type of dancer? If it was she said was, I was like, oh, well, wrong type of dance.
She didn't strike me as like a dancer because she wasn't graceful or elegant like that. You know how dancers have that type of elegance to them, you know? So I knew right away what she meant. So were you surprised or could you see it?
Dancers could be your next door neighbor. You know, you don't know who's a dancer and so forth. It could be anybody. Could be your sister.
Right.
Anything you're going to tell me?
No, unfortunately, no.
It could be anybody. So, I was surprised when she said it, but that's her being vulnerable and being open with it. You know?
Also covering CYA, just in case he finds out later, right?
Right. That's what I was thinking. I was like, girl, tell him now before you know you're too deep in. And he's just like, what? So she said, in 10 years, it wasn't like 1 or 2
I
years.
know. He kind of looked like,
It was
what?
a career. It was a career.
It was great.
It was a career. So that makes you wonder how many people you've been with.
I'm sure that's what he was thinking.
Yeah.
So he tried to play it off by saying, it's a lot more acceptable now, which is true.
Mm-hmm.
But for his generation, it's still not as acceptable. The younger generation is like, oh yeah, girl, you got your money, do it. I mean, it's no big deal. But the older generation, it's still taboo, especially if he has to introduce her to his parents, who,
But he's not going to tell them she used to be a dancer, a stripper. But you know what? I think it goes back to how we glorify strippers now. A lot of girls, I was reading articles, a lot of young girls these days through social media think that's the thing. Oh, they want to get into this lifestyle, the stripping lifestyle, easy money, stripping on the pole.
Being the center of attention, guys wanting you.
Yeah. But I've never been a stripper, and I've only been to a strip bar one time in my life, and my husband took me. And I have to say, it is going. Dior and I, who's not here with us today, we went to a pole dancing class. I think I told you this a long time ago. Yeah. Okay. And because of my motion sickness, I couldn't even do the pole. Going around it, just walking around it over and over was nauseous to me. So I couldn't do it. But it is hard. You have to have core.
Oh yeah. That's strength and practice. It's not like you can just get down there and whip yourself around. It is practice.
Right, to make it look sexy and graceful. Yeah, and back in the day, I think strippers, it was looked down on because you thought strippers were out here, prostituting, right? So do strippers do that now? I think they're more picky about who they go out with now more. And you have to have money to go out with them in certain areas, I don't know about the low class strip joints and stuff, but she did it for 10 years.
Yeah, he paused, and I think
he said red flag.
I think he was slightly bothered by it, but he's not. He still likes her, so I think he'll probably
take advantage.
Get over it. Say what?
Take advantage of the stripping. Probably was like, add a little excitement to the.
Oh yeah, I'm sure, definitely. So
let's. Do you like them as a couple? Do you like them as a couple?
I mean, they look good together for sure. I honestly don't really like anyone on the show. I mean, I think everyone's fine, but there's no one who I'm connecting with or I'm rooting for, I mean, it all seems like surface level and no one's really connecting on the show. So therefore I'm not connecting with them. I don't know anyone's background or their storyline. I don't think they talked about it at all, right?
They have, but I think there's so many people on the show. Maybe when it narrows down to less people, it's so confusing to know which couple is with which couple, who's with who likes who.
And since so many men look alike,
I had to write down cards.
Yeah. But even so, even the previous seasons, there were people that I connected with, even when there was a lot of people. Right. I think these people just, I don't know, they're not interested. I mean, they're not. It's not that they're not interested. I'm just not I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, and everybody looks alike.
The men do. Yeah.
Yeah. All the men look alike. I'm like, which one are you? Okay. I know you're Phil because you got hair on both ends.
Right. I know Walter because Walter's the oldest. And then the rest, the two bald guys, I have no idea.
Yeah. I mean,
I just learned their names today when I watched it because I had no clue what their names were.
Okay, so we talked about Camille. We talked about Walter and his significant other.
Well, why don't we talk about Walter and Zadia?
Okay, I guess that's a no-go now.
Right.
For now.
Yes, it definitely thinks so.
Because things will change up.
Right. So when they first arrived, I guess Sabrina went somewhere else because Zadia and Walter walked together to the piano.
May and Walter.
Oh, wait, sorry. Yes, Mume and Walter walked over to the piano, and they started singing their song.
You were both so off key.
It was.
I was just like, well, what's going on here? What's going on?
And when she said they actually created the song, I was like, no, you guys did not create that thing. That was a hot mess.
Well, you know what? I think they created it right then and there, because when they started singing it, right, keep it to the right. I was like, do I know that song? I was like, my head was clicking, like, what song is that? And I was like, I don't know that song. But we wrote the song. I was like, yeah. I mean, that was cute.
It was cute. And I also like them as a couple. I like Mume.
Yeah, I do too.
Right.
I do too. But I guess, and it's kind of awkward later on when Walter was in the piano room with Sabrina. Right. And then Mume and them walked in, and Mume's part of the brown skin club.
But she's not part of that club, I don't think, right?
Yeah, she is. It's Mume, Camille, and Zadia.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
But Mume wasn't the nasty talking one.
No, she's not a
mean girl. No.
Right.
But when they walked there, I guess I didn't sense a change in his attitude. Did you?
No, I think she was so upset. She was probably like, that was our moment. Why are they now at the piano making their own moment? So I think she was feeling jealous, which I always think is a wrong thing to do with men. Like, don't show you're upset. Like, even if you are, hold it in, act like everything's okay, even though you're steaming inside, just so, because they don't like all that emotion right away. And they don't like to feel like you're possessing them. So I think that was definitely a mistake on her part. And he could feel it. He said that she came in with an attitude, which she probably did, and then she stood right next to him, put her hand on his shoulder, so.
Trying to do some claim, but Sabrina was like, girl,
let me get closer.
And Sabrina, she's confident enough in herself that she don't really care what he's doing with anybody else.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so it doesn't faze her whatsoever. And I think he likes that freedom of not having to have somebody hover over you, Yeah.
So what did you think about their conversation, Mume and Walter's conversation, after they were outside on the bench?
At the pool?
Yeah, at the pool, yeah.
I think that he was being open and honest with her, but she was so closed off to what was actually going on, like you said, her jealousy, that she could only talk about how she was feeling and what she was seeing and how she felt he was, acting. And she could be correct. I don't know. But what I do know is that she didn't want to finish the conversation and she left, and he didn't like that at all.
That was the second mistake. Finish the conversation. Don't have such an attitude, especially when you're competing, which this is, unfortunately, competing with another girl.
And she's up in the pool frolicking and having fun, being cute in the pool. And you're sitting there like Betty the whatever, Downer, Debbie Downer, upset and angry. Instead of, you should be flirting with him, making him feel good. And the funny thing is, women have the control this week.
Yes.
But he didn't care who had the control.
Nope. Yeah, I agree.
So to me, that was him being honest about things. And he was saying, look, we're in this, we're getting to know each other, we're getting to know people. And so, she should have been like, yeah, like you said, forget the jealousy. But she also probably felt some sort of way because they drove in together too.
Right. Yeah. That probably hurt her too. But like, you can't, like on The Bachelor and Bachelorette, you can't spend your time talking about other people. You need to build your connection. Right. Yeah. So that was a big mistake on her part.
Right.
Because I don't think he had made his final decision between the two.
No, and I don't think he has yet neither. I think the fact that she's a stripper from before, it might start to weigh in on him too. So I don't count things out yet.
Okay, we'll have to see. So when Zadia and who was she talking to? What's his name? When they were at the pool.
Sadia and let me look at my
Naeem, right?
No,
was it Dante?
Dante. It's Dante.
When they were sitting at the pool together, I really couldn't pay attention to what they were saying because of the top of Nadia's bikini, Zadia's bikini. It was like so ill-fitting. I couldn't tell if it was upside down, if it was put on the wrong way.
I didn't even notice.
It was like, I don't know what it was. It was just like, you gotta go back and look at it.
I'm going to.
Top like that.
I'm going to, but like you said, I'm going to go look at it. But I do like Dante and Aisha together because, and I think that I think the reason why they might work out better than some of the other couple is they've been getting to know each other through telephone calls.
Right, yep.
And building a relationship and talking.
Yes.
And when you're doing that talking on the phone, think about it back when you're in high school or you get excited about college, meeting somebody, you're on that phone 2-3 hours talking to them every other minute, calling them, seeing what's going on. I think that's what's going on with them. So they've built some sort of foundation and now they get to meet up with each other. And it's
really powerful.
Yeah. And it seems like she got to know him because she knows that he likes vegetables. And so she was making in the kitchen, making that vegetable food for him. And she really talks about we didn't get to hear what he likes about her, but she talked that he was intentional, that he was a man's man.
Right. Yeah. She's really into him. I think he's really into her too. And that massage scene was really intense.
Yeah.
I was surprised that she did that because she's been very reserved in terms of affection with the other guys. But like you said, I think she had that connection with him.
Right.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Do you like her with blonde or or black hair? Which one do you like better?
I like her with black hair.
Yeah, I do. But I thought she also looked good as a blonde. But I would like to see maybe a rooted, right? The wig being rooted, or maybe even like a balayage or something.
Yes, I think that would be better than just a color 613 plopped on your head.
Right? Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Right. So that's what I would like to see.
Yeah. So please, I hope you hear us, Aisha. Switch up that wig with some color. Right.
I like the fact that he took that massage thing and he set it up for them together. And it was funny when Aisha was talking to Phil. He came out chest glistened in his little
that silk robe.
I was like, go ahead with your bad self.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind Phil either. I think Phil seems like he's a nice guy, right?
Phil is all over the place. Too many girls. I'm sorry, Phil. He needs.
And how about if he gets left with no one?
Yeah, I have a feeling he's not really made a connection with anybody because I don't see a connection with anybody. I see him running around the place. So I'm happy that Dante and her, and you know what? I know we're gonna get to the dinner theme really quick. We probably should have talked about that earlier, but I like the fact that Dante stood up for her.
He did.
When things started, he went and got her, pulled her away from the situation, and not only that, afterwards went back to the aggressor, Zadia.
You're right.
It was just like, hey, you're wrong the way you're doing things,
Right.
You're poking at the bear and so forth.
Right.
Yeah, Zadia is so cold, right?
She did not like that. She was pissed because she knows that, and I think she's insecure. She knows that he's building a relationship with Aisha. So that's why she probably got into the conversation and started, going back with Aisha because of her relationship with Dante.
So, yeah, me too. Yeah. So I was quite pleased that he did that. And I think that should show Aisha that he's really into her.
And it's serious.
But you never know with these people, right?
Mm-hmm.
You never know. So what did you think about the whole dinner thing?
I don't know why it went so left. Like, why did Camille get so upset?
Camille was talking crap from the very beginning. As soon as she made him sit across the aisle from him, I think she saw everybody at the table, because I know she had to read that how everybody at the table was feeling.
Right, right.
And everybody was looking at her and him and just like looking away. Personally, myself, I'd have been eaten straight up, not even playing with you.
Right,
I'd have been eating and listening at the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
So, because I love it when you get a whole bunch of choices to choose from.
Mm-hmm.
Put it on my plate, and then I would start eating and then just listening. Because as long as I know who I'm going to be with and who I like,
right,
that's all I care about. I don't care
right.
about any of the other messes or anybody else's opinion.
Right, yeah.
And so and then Camille making those small comments about, well, I know who I'm with. I'll see you guys at the thing.
At the reunion.
Head down. Yeah, at the reunion. I was just like, little do you know that makes you look so bad to everybody.
Does, in front of him too. And it was like nonstop, like she couldn't control herself. She was so extra, getting so upset over, I don't even know what Aisha said. What did she say that got her so riled up?
I have no clue. I don't even know why they were fighting. What's her name said haterade or hate or something. I'm just like, okay. But you know what, we talk about it. Like when you and I get in arguments, neither one of us everybody has to have a last word.
Yeah, no one wants to back down.
I know. So now you're on TV. Are you going to be able to back down?
Yeah, I would be able to. I would, honestly. I would be able to back down. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if I could. I say now I would be, but I don't know how I would be. I think sometimes my mouth would just run and I couldn't control it till afterwards.
Yeah, it had to be so awkward at that table though for the rest of them because it ruined dinner.
Yeah, it did. I would have probably taken my plate and another plate to my room.
Yeah, I would have sat there watching.
Yeah.
We're gonna see what's gonna happen.
Fight.
Right. I would definitely not want them to fight. That would be so bad.
Yeah. The whole argument was nonsensical. And the men were probably thinking to themselves, what drama, Aladdin? If it was, I would be so turned off of Sadia.
Yeah. Right.
I'd be so turned off of her.
And Camille. Yeah.
Right.
So, I said that I didn't like anybody, but I do like someone. I like Aisha. At first, when she first came on, I didn't care for her, but I liked her because she talked a lot about her family, about her divorce, about her kids. So I felt like I got to know her more. And so I like her. I think she's a good person because she comes off really, swaggy, from the Bronx, but she's really a softie, and she's intelligent.
Right. So let's talk about the last bit of couples, Zadia and Naeem. I think that Zadia is just going to pick Naeem because she ain't got nobody else.
Right. If he stays, right?
If he stays.
Right. Phil,
like, I think Phil is like, there's Shiloh and Phil.
Right.
But
Aisha and Phil, I think that's it because they got rid of the other girl last week.
Yeah, so but that's not. I think that Aisha's gonna stick with Dante.
Yeah, and I think that Shiloh likes Phil, so maybe they'll be a couple.
Yeah, but there was Sydney and Phil, but I don't think that's because Sydney took him out on a date last week. But I think that's.
No,
I think she likes Frank.
Yeah, but they weren't really in the picture, and neither was Shiloh. We barely saw the three.
Yeah, I think so much was going on with the other two people but I did write down for all of you guys that want to know who's going to be like, who's their top picks. So we know that Camille and Cornelius, and then Sabrina and Walter.
Okay.
Mume and Walter fizzled out. So I don't know who who she's going to end up with.
Right.
Aisha and Dante. Zadia did like Dante, but he swerved to the left and went with Aisha. Right. So that's left with Zadia and Naeem. And then there's Sydney and Frank. but I didn't hear
And
anything.
Shiloh and Phil probably, right?
Shiloh and Phil probably, but
Mhm.
that's it. So we all know Naeem's going home. Cornelius is not going home.
But why was she crying like that?
Probably just the drama of it. You know, she's
Right, the
dramacidal.
stress. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I don't agree with this whole elimination is if you found a connection and you made your choice early, isn't that what this is about? It's about looking for love. Why do they have to go home if they haven't connected with the other people? It doesn't seem fair.
No, it's not fair. But the ladies are saying that Phil didn't even try.
You mean Cornelius?
Cornelius didn't try, and he's being railroaded. So that's how they feel like he's not ready for love, which I think is BS. I think he made his choice, and that's it.
Right.
And he should be able to stay on the show. That's why I don't think he's going home. He's not going home. It's going to be Naeem.
Right. I think you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
and he's just
it was just silly of them to even put him on the chopping block.
I know, especially if this is you're looking for love. I think if you find your person early, you guys should be excluded from being eliminated.
Well, obviously, yeah, because you found somebody, you've made a connection. So, I mean, they just put that on there just for drama because, you know, during the dinner, she did say, if you guys try to eliminate him, I'm going to kick your ass or something like that. Right. So, you know.
Yeah, no. But I did want to talk about, I don't know if you watched the commercials or if you fast forward through them, but there was, so what?
I did fast forward through the commercial.
Yeah, so there was a commercial for a new show called Ladies Who List Atlanta. So I think that's going to be good. It starts 7/7. So
yeah, I think that'll be good too. I'm interested in watching that.
Me too. So maybe
we'll review Friday?
It's a Friday.
Ah,
I know Fridays are hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it doesn't come on too late. I think it comes on at 8:00.
Oh, I don't know. Probably the same time that I think it's going to replace Ready for Love because Ready for Love will be done by then. Okay. So I thought this was a good episode. I thought a lot happened. I thought it was better than last week's. So I thought it was a pretty good episode.
Last week's was, yeah. And hopefully we'll start connecting with people. Hopefully I'll start connecting with people.
Right.
Okay.
All right, everyone. Thanks for coming to our channel. IJ, you want to take it away?
Thank you, guys. So, you know, we should be telling you guys this at the very beginning instead of at the very end. So we'll start doing that next time. But please remember to comment, like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. And catch us on Instagram on The Real on The Realer too.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Until next time.